buddy, today we're out here, we're going over the Micro Draco, as you see here. This one's just hit the shores about a month or two ago. I snagged one, thanks to my friends over at Circle 10 AK. The guys over there took care of me and got me one of the few that came in. And this is the gun we're going to be reviewing today. We'll be doing a bunch of shooting, a bunch of other stuff, do a chronograph test out of this barrel, and just talk about the pros and cons of the gun and what I think of it overall. But bottom line, it's pretty cool, as we can all see. Well, there you go. I was shooting at about 50 yards, able to get 2 out of 4 hits offhand, so no doubt about it. Getting accurate shots with this gun is certainly challenging, because that I could do all day long, obviously, with the rifle. Time for the chronograph test to see what kind of velocity drop we're actually getting out of this barrel. For reference, we are using Red Army Standard 123 grain full metal jacket rounds. Let's take a closer look at it. First up, we're going to go ahead and go over disassembly. So I always want to make sure your firearms are unloaded. It is unloaded. The back, you're going to pop the top cover just like you would on a regular AK, but when you open it up, you'll notice not everything's like a regular AK. First up, you can't just push your spring forward and pull it out. You have to actually push it and clear this buffer right here. So push it up, clear the buffer like that. Take your spring out, take your buffer out. Take a look at the buffer there. It is a polymer buffer. And the buffer is not there to absorb recoil. What it's there for, at least as far as I can tell, is what I'm going to show you next. So when your piston comes back and your bolt will carry, if the buffer wasn't there, this would happen, and then that would happen. So essentially it would pop off the rails. So the buffer's there to prevent it from going that far back and hitting the back and then coming out of your rails. Obviously, you notice here your piston is extremely short. And there's your bolt, standard AK bolt. Reassembly is the exact opposite, in the opposite order. When these guns first hit the forums and pictures started showing up, one thing people were concerned about was this. So in the most rearward position, your piston is completely out of your gas tube, and folks were thinking that there may be a reliability issue with it going forward. I can tell you I have not seen any evidence of that at all. As I posted earlier in the video, the barrel is just under 6 inches. To give you an idea of just how short that is, this is my Draco, standard Draco barrel, and you can see it compared to the one that we have here on the Micro. The Micro doesn't even go as long as the handguards. Up front, the gun comes with an A2 style flash hider, and underneath there are standard 14mm AK threads. Of note, on the bottom of the gas block here, there are these 2 little holes in there, and they could easily be threaded if you wanted to go ahead and sort of fabricate a handguard and drill it and tap it into there and bolt it down. The front sight is adjustable for both elevation and windage. This one was pretty much on. You can see I had to move it over a little bit to the right to get it to 0, but not much at all. The lack of a handguard combined with this rear sight is what makes shooting this gun accurately pretty difficult. Pretty terrible rear sight, as you see there. As you saw earlier, practical accuracy, get hit a 8-inch plate at 50 meters, 2 out of 4 shots, but when I actually put it on the bench, I was able to get 2-inch groups to 2.5-inch groups pretty consistently at 25 yards, which if you extend that out, I mean, those are pretty terrible groups compared to what you'd see with a regular AK. With as poor of a sighting system as this gun has, I'd like to see it come with a optics rail, but it doesn't, as you can see here. When these were first imported by Century, a lot of guys in the forum said they were going to hold out until the price dropped, because at the time, retail price was somewhere around $800. Now, I jumped on one and snagged it, because in the past, I've noticed that a lot of these guns have come in, and then the supply has shut off, and it appears that that's actually happened with this gun. Apparently, about 100 of them were imported. I talked to the folks at Century before doing this video, and they said they're in negotiations to get some more in, but right now nothing's concrete, so who knows, there may only be 100 of these ever brought into the country. So if that's the case, the extremely high gun broker prices that you guys see on these right now are probably going to continue to go up. But all in all, it's a good gun, it's a fun gun. I mean, would you want to use it in a defense situation? If you had to, I suppose, but there are probably better options for you. Comes with a 75-round drum, a magazine, 2 magazines, 75-round drum for that price. So you get a lot of fun in a little package, and taking it out to the range and doing some blasting away at cans and stuff is good fun. As you guys saw, I was smiling throughout most of the range shots in this video. So that's about it. If you guys have any questions about this gun, or anything else I talk about here on the channel, you can feel free to post below in the comments section. You can also post over at my Facebook page. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I hope to see you in the next video.